There's one more note, David. I did meet the plumber today, and he says actually there has to be a lot of more work to be done on plumbing in for a dishwasher. So he's going to give us a quote, but he's saying in order for it to have it done, we'd probably be looking at $3 to $4 grand. Unfortunately, it's a lot more than I thought it would be, but it's just because the old piping is not to code and they have to run a different lineup. So we might have to go back to plan A, and that is to look into getting a new portable dishwasher that works, and we'll discuss that in a moment upstairs so you can see the space limitations. So I want to make you more dizzy, so I'm going to take you upstairs. Here's the new paint job and the new refinish job done by American Bath and Kitchen. You can see it looks a lot sharper and brighter than we had the black and yellow. So it really makes the place look a lot nicer. Now, we'll measure this old stove and see if we can find one that can go in its place for future installation. This is where the space is that we were considering, but in order to run it, it would have to, again, the piping inside and below would have to be changed out. So we might have to rethink this in terms of going with a regular portable one. Another possibility is moving the fridge. We're getting a smaller fridge and placing it here next to this counter in this space right here next to the stove. So that's where your fridge would be, and then we would have the rollaway or the portable dishwasher in the place of where that fridge is. That way we would minimize the amount of water being brought across this wonderful floor that we have in here. So I'm going to now head up towards the sunroom. I'm sure you probably call it the dining room, but this is, of course, the paint job that was done and the floor job that was done by Columbus Flooring. It looks really sharp, and of course we'll then get to where the pets had a field day. And I noticed that you're not allowing pets this time around, which might be a very wise decision. So you can see, well, just for your pleasure, there is the lake. No 2 feet of snow here, but that's where the spot is that we have our several spots that were unable to be taken out with the refinishing and the staining. Of course, the new overhang was fixed and it's now completely safe. We'll take a look at it outside. I think they did a good job of securing it up, and of course they put in the gutter for free, as well as wrapping up that asbestos downstairs. So we open this door here, I believe we went into this might be the dining room, I called. And this is where Sam probably called you about the issues we had with the ceiling. I'm not taking the paint, but it's not that noticeable, and I think by them coming back in would just disrupt the folks that are going to be touring through here tomorrow. So as you can see, it looks good, but if you look very closely, there's a couple of cracks that just takes up the paint, the paper that takes up the paint, but obviously wouldn't they be that noticeable. The light was fixed. We changed it just to a regular toggle switch. No need to have a dimmer. It has a proper J-box up there, so that's to code now. Turn that off. Cool light. The bathroom has a switch here that works the light up there. I'll show you in a second. When that light is on is the only time that you'll be able to work this switch here for the fan, exhaust fan, which is working fine. The new GFC GFC switch, GFCI switch works. The lights work. And of course you had the bathtub and surround with a new refinish. Looks really sharp. So all is in good and functioning order. Kelly put in that new light, which has a J-box, so that's up to code. And so we're all good here. Sorry if I'm getting you sick again. You can always just turn this off and come back. I'll turn it off in a second. And lastly, or on the inside, that's a temporary light that we're using. Just because there's no light in here. We'll get another light in here shortly. But you can see they did a good job of fixing that water spot that was up there. And the paint job looks really nice. It really lightens up the place with that gray color that you and your wife agreed with Jamie. The chimney was taken care of. You see it has a new pull for the food. New grate, and all the ash was disposed of. Three bags of it. I'm not sure. The last time that was done was back in 1916 or so when they moved in here, right? But I think we are done with the inside. So just one last pan, and then we'll go outside, and we'll go from there. Let's take a look and see what was done. But tomorrow's the big day. Got the big dance. Folks coming in here. I'm sure it's going to be a hit.